Alright guys, Criminal here. I was asked by one of you to make a video where I show every way to combo into Johnny's hype meterlessly. So basically you just do whatever move and then you use your cameo to combo hype into a nut punch or a shadow kick or something and carry on with a full combo. So just one thing I want to mention before we begin this video. Basically what I'm going to be doing is just showing you the way you do it with every cameo in the roster that can actually give you meterless hype into hype combos. So yeah, but without that out of the way first, just I want to mention you can get hype anywhere on screen from 2-1-2, from this tree, or from standing 4. Just want to mention, get this out of the way. If you do a standing 4 into hype, you can cancel the hype activation into nut punch and you get the hype activation into a full combo. So that's one. Two, from the 2-1-2 string, this one, you can in fact get hype anywhere on screen. Corner, it's very easy. Mid screen, it works like this. You need to get a standing 3 in and then you combo into hype into nut punches. That works anywhere on screen, regardless of the placement. But yeah, it always works pretty much. If this is the starter, you're getting this string, it will always work. And there's just one more thing I want to show. In the corner, you can also get hype in the same way, just very much easier with standing 4. So you do 2-1-2, standing 4, preferably backdash standing 4, because when you backdash the link is just easier. So instantly backdash into a standing 4. You can see right here, and then I can carry on in the full combo and a lot of damage. So that's a pretty easy link. If you're struggling with the nut punch, just I want to mention it to help you a bit if you need to. If you're struggling with getting a nut punch, you can just use a shadow kick and then cancel. Sorry. And then cancel the shadow kick into nut punch. So like this. That's a much easier link. It will do less damage in the following combo. It will scale more, but it is much easier. So if you need to still pick up on the link, you can use it. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get into it. Another thing I feel like is important to mention, just before we start off with the video. In the corner you can just get, after amplified rising star, you can activate hype as well if you didn't know. So like this. I just felt like it is important to show. So just pretty much standing 4 into shadow kick after EX rising star. You can use it in the corner to get hype as well. So just if you didn't know, now you know. It's pretty easy as well, so it's not that difficult. So yeah, let's get back. Let's begin the video now. Alright, first of all, Darius. I'm doing it with the voice and not just text on the screen, because if I have notes to make, it will be much easier. So with Darius, it's very straightforward. It's just pretty much you input any string, really. Any string you have in Johnny's kit that's more than one hit, you just input the kick as early as possible. And then you just activate hype and go into a nut punch. It's pretty straightforward. There's not any complexity involved there. It's pretty easy. You shouldn't struggle with it very much. In the corner it works in the exact same fashion. But just as a heads up, if you like get this starter, maybe a launcher, now a string into Darius could probably not work. So it probably still works though. I can do this, but it's a bit tricky. So what you can do to tweak this around is just do a rising star, like Meterless in the beginning, like this, instead of just a string. Then the timing is very easy. You won't struggle, regardless of the starter too. Like I can get, I don't know, this. Like this maybe. Just even if I get this starter, let's say. So I can just put in a rising star if you're struggling to get the link from the regular string. But it works with all grounded strings. Like this string will work with the kick, this will work, this will work, this works, this. So you shouldn't struggle with it really, it's pretty easy. So let's move on to the next one. Next up is Sarina. Sarina is extremely straightforward, the easiest of the bunch even, maybe you could say. Just you do the blades after any string and just input hype as early as possible, cancel into nut punch, and if you have decent timing, it will combo. So there you can see it led to a full combo. I dropped it, but regardless, it worked. Alright guys, I was stupid here. I'm just watching it after I've already recorded it. Just do a standing 4 after the Sarina blades. Like you do a string, let's say 1-1, Sarina blades, just do a standing 4 afterwards into a hype activation into nut punch. It's extremely easy, a monkey could do it, much easier than just activating hype right away, as I'm doing on screen right now. It leads to much more damage. So yeah, just do a standing 4, much easier. You shouldn't have much difficulty. Let's move on to the next two cameos. Cyrax. With Cyrax it's really straightforward. You just cancel a string into height and call Cyrax to extend the combo. So it's like this with the ground source. It's very easy, but keep in mind you need to special cancel your string into hype. You can't just wait for Johnny to recover from the string and then activate hype. It will drop. So just cancel your string into hype, but call Cyrax pretty much as early as you can. Basically, after you input any grounded string, it will work for all of them. So like something like 2-1 will also work. You have all the time with the wall. It's very easy. From forward 4, there's actually a very cool thing you can do. Like, you still need to use the held version, unfortunately, but you can do this. Backdash and get a fully charged back 2 in. And when you fully charge back 2, you can just get hype like this. So let me just show it real quick. There. I don't have hype charged now because I was just resetting until I got it, but from this back 2 again, you can just activate hype after it and just get a nut punch in. There's no execution required, nothing. So, yeah, this link from forward 4, like the fully charged back 2 link, it's actually pretty tricky. It's not very easy, so it's not very practical. So unfortunately, it's not very easy to get it meterlessly. But if you can and you've managed to figure out the timing and do it consistently, by all means do it. It's really cool. And back 2 actually leads to a lot of damage. Cyrax scales the combo like shit, but back 2 might counteract that a little bit, because back 2 really doesn't scale at all almost. So yeah, let's move on to Kano, the next cameo. Alright guys, next up we have Kano. Kano is pretty straightforward. It's pretty much just string, knife, hype, basically. It's not very difficult, pretty much from any string you can do it. You can see this works. From 1-1 it will work as well, from the fastest starter he has. It works, so it has a lot of hit stun. It can be a bit tricky from strings with less hit stun like this one. Then you need to be very quick with the Kano summon. Like I have to summon him very quickly. If I'm late it will drop, but...
Awesome.
So yeah, you need to keep that in mind. Mid-screen, unfortunately, if they're airborne, like I got a launcher or something, I can't get a full hype combo because they fly away from the knives. But I can just get shadow kicks in. Oh, sorry about that. I'll just do this. Just do whatever button you want pretty much. I can get shadow kicks in if I want to. I can cancel it after 2 shadow kicks into a dash or something to get in their face. So yeah, in the corner it's much more easy. You can just cancel into nut punch in the air when they're in the air. It's very easy. So yeah, this is pretty much it for Kano. There's not much else you can do with them for meterless hype activations. So yeah, let's move on to the next 2 cameos. Alright, next up we've got Sonya. Sonya is a very good case of just being able to do it really consistently anywhere on screen, meterlessly. So from any grounded string, like the ones that don't launch at all of them work. You can just do this. You confirm into Rising Star, call Sonya. Get close to them a little bit if you can and just activate hype and cancel into Nut Punch. This will work from all grounded strings. It works pretty much in the exact same way. You want to delay the Sonya call as much as you can so you can actually move by the time she hits them. So I try and do it as late as possible so I can actually move towards the opponent and also activate hype. So I call her as late as I can, do a little micro dash in, and then I activate hype and a Nut Punch. I know it sounds technical and hard when I explain, but it's pretty easy. It's just a matter of practice a little bit. I got it in like 3 minutes consistently. Next up from the launchers, like back 3, forward 4, and this one, you actually can still get it pretty consistently. You just do something like this basically. Oh sorry, excuse me, I tried hyping. Never mind. There we go, like this. This is from forward 4. This will work in the exact same way from the others. You just summon Sonya and close the distance and activate hype into Nut Punch. So from back 3 it's the easiest because it launches the highest. Yeah, back 3 is child's play, it's very easy. You won't struggle with it at all. And from this one, it's like this. You can see that it's pretty easy, man. I haven't been practicing this a lot because I don't use Sonya. It's my first time, some of my first times doing these combos, and I get them pretty consistently. It's not that difficult, it really is not. And in the corner it's very, very simple. It's just what you were doing until now, just way, way easier. Like, you can throw in a standing 4, like before activating hype from a launcher or something. Like, it's very, very easy from the launcher. From the grounded strings it's the exact same way. You just don't need to move after it. Just do a rising star. Activate hype like this. It's very easy in the corner. There's no mind games here, nothing. So that's what we get it with Sonya. Very, very easy. So yeah, that's it for Sonya. And let's move on to Sector. With Sector, mid-screen, it's actually pretty easy. Mid-screen, it's not that hard. Like from the launchers it's tricky, but normally it's easy. Like you can just cancel it into teleports. Do a tiny backdash after the teleport so the standing 4 will hit early, like when they're high up in the air, and cancel into hype into nut punch. It sounds tricky when I describe it, but it's very easy. It's not hard at all. It works for 1-1, it works for 2-1, it works on 4-3, and it works from this. The reason why it doesn't work from this and this, just the hit stun of these two is actually not high, so the teleport itself drops. The teleport itself will just drop, so you wanna cancel these strings after the 4-3 and after 2-1. So the teleport punch will actually land. So yeah, keep that in mind. When we're talking about launchers, you actually just want to do a reason. Pretty much the same thing every time. You cancel the launcher into a 2-1-2, the far version of the rocket, and cancel this. The 2-1-2, you just need to summon Sector in the timing I'm doing here. And then you just cancel it into a shadow kick at the end. It's not very practical really, but it is a possibility, so I feel like I should show it. There we go, got it. You can probably even fit in a nut punch after the second shadow kick and carry on with the combo more when you're in the corner, but the damage is already significantly scaled. But regardless, that's an option. Just the missile timing might take you a bit of time, and this combo is actually pretty difficult to do, so I don't know if it's that worth it, but regardless, it's still an option, so I showed it. In the corner, you actually don't even need the cameo. I didn't mention it for some reason, but I forgot to mention it earlier, but from the launchers, you don't need the cameo, so keep that in mind. Like, after 4-4, you can just do this. After this, it's the same thing. You cancel this into hype into a shadow kick, and it works. After this, you can cancel this into hype into a nut punch, and it works. So you don't even need the cameo. And the Sector out there is actually pretty fucking difficult, so there's not really much of a reason to even show it. So just do it by yourself. There's no reason to actually just not do this. It will do more damage. You can spend your Sector afterwards. And then just continue with a combo like this. So there's no reason to really do it. And from the grounded strings, it's the exact same thing as it was earlier. Just the same thing exactly. Just doing this into a nut punch into the corner combo that does a lot of damage. So yeah guys, this is it for Sector. Is a bit tricky compared to the others with the missile routes mid-screen, but the teleport punch stuff is much more practical anyway, and it's very easy to do. And this launcher actually, I shouldn't even mention it because you can just cancel these two into the teleport, and then you can already get hype like this. So yeah, I made it sound more difficult than it actually is. It's actually pretty easy to do. So yeah guys, let's move on to the next two cameos. Next up we have Frost. Frost is very easy. You just cancel your ground strings, whatever they may be that you did, into this standing 4 nut punch. Very easy, just the universal. You just cancel into the universal hype activation with standing 4 from the freeze. So it's very, very easy. There's no complexity here. And from a launcher, say this or back 3, it's very easy. You just freeze them in the air and get a nut punch that way. So it's very easy from both an airborne version and a grounded version. So there's no complexity here. In the corner it's the exact same. Just from the launchers too, it doesn't change. So yeah, that's it for Frost. It's very, very easy with Frost. Extremely easy compared to the others. We have Jax, another extremely easy one. You just cancel Rising Star into a backbreaker. And you just punch Jax out of the animation. It's very easy. So from any grounded string, it's like this. You wanna delay the Jax summon a little bit, just so you can land earlier. Like, I can cancel it into hype as fast as I can. So if I do the backbreaker summon too early, just like this, Jax will send them flying too early. So just delay it a little bit, no need to rush. Just wait a little bit, and then you just cancel into nut punches. It's not hard at all. You can see it's very easy. Works from any ground string. From a launcher, you can just cancel a string into hype while Jax is already being summoned. So like this. Again, very, very easy. And in the corner, it's got even easier. Like, it's very easy. Again, it's nothing. It's the exact same from a ground string like this. It's very easy again. just something like this. And from a launcher of sorts, you can just do standing 4 into Rising Star. And it actually leads to damn good damage. Let me just do something here, I suppose. Yeah, you can see the damage is actually pretty fucking nice. So yeah, that's how you do it with Jax. Jax is actually a valid option, really. Jax is a great cameo with anybody, really, because he does so much for you. So yeah, feel free to check Jax out if you mind. I really like Jax. But regardless, let's move on to the next one. Jax is very easy again. These two are extremely easy, both of them. Next up we have Striker. Striker is amazing for this character, but Meterless hype is not a strength of his. From regular strings, you can just get something like this maybe, into a shadow kick. It will work very easily if you get them high up with the bombs. Timing is a bit tricky, but yeah, it will work. But it's not very worth it. It's not. The reward you're getting isn't very high to where it warrants you activating hype in the first place, so not that good.
Too good.
But from launchers you can get much easier stuff, just doing this into a shadow kick. It's much easier, and if you're close to the corner enough, you can just cancel the first shadow kick into nut punch into this maybe. And then you can just carry on with a combo. Another thing you need to keep in mind though, this is a very unique value of this guy, you can just, from this string right here, you can still get the bombs actually, if you input them fast enough. So, I can get the bombs, and keep in mind, the bombs don't scale the combo at all. They actually reduce scaling even. So the damage you're doing when you get a bomb in, it's actually ridiculous. So, doing this is actually very useful. Especially in the corner, the damage you get in the corner is insane from that. So yeah, in the corner, unfortunately, from grounded strings into Rising Star, you still can get hype into Nut Punch, or into Shadow Kick into Nut Punch, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work, unfortunately, but maybe you could time it good enough to actually make it so the Shadow Kick will land, and then you can cancel into this. So, you can get a full combo, but it's not that good. But from the launchers, now we're talking. Like, the launchers, you can set up the bomb so you can get a Nut Punch here, instead of a Shadow Kick, and that matters. That makes it so the combo barely scales. So, Shadow Kick scale the combo a shit ton when you use them first in a combo like this. Now the combo will do extremely reduced damage. But if I use the Striker bombs, who again don't scale at all, now I can get a lot from the launchers. So it's actually really worth using if you get it off. If you get one of these launchers off. Yeah, you can see the damage is fucking insane.
Too good.
So that's insane. From a back three you don't really need to do it. You can if you want to, but it's not necessary. You can maybe like this do it. Just get 2 standing 4s in even. Just for more damage. I'm sure it's possible. I'm not gonna spend my time trying here, but you can. Keep in mind you can just do it by yourself as I shown earlier. But you can, it's not that hard. And again, this is always in your back pocket. Like getting it after this thing, it's always in your back pocket and it leads to so much damage, man. It leads to insane damage, like 60% meterless with hype. The damage is absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, that's it for Striker. It's really good for this character, but meterless hype is not a strength of his really. So yeah, let's move on to Scorpion. We have Scorpion. Scorpion is actually very, very good. Just for a meterless hype, it's extremely easy because Scorpion has the Fire Breath and his blades. The blades will work just like Sector from any grounded strings except for this. These two will drop, but anything else will hit. Just activate hype interface and do a Nut Punch. I dropped it there, but it's a pretty easy link, so don't be worried of that. Just hype into Nut Punch into this. Very easy, leads to decent damage. But there is a more optimal way, but it's a bit more difficult, but it's actually fairly easy as well. Just doing this into a fully charged back two. It's changed sides for some reason, but to ensure that doesn't happen and that you don't whiff your back two, do a little backdash before inputting it. You have the time because Fire Breath stands for so long. So from any grounded string I cancel into Rising Star, back two, and I get this. Very easy, a lot of damage. So yeah, that's the optimal version. It's actually even easier, I would argue. It's extremely easy. You really won't drop this a lot. From all ground strings, it's very easy because gravity isn't a factor here. So you can use it. Another good thing I just want to mention here, because you can just get very easily back twos with this guy, you can actually charge hype very well. Like just charging the hype, because keep in mind, when you get a fully charged back two, they'll crumble for so long, I can charge hype like this and block. Like I have time to block. So look at my hype meter. It's almost completely full. Now I do a combo or something, and then 2 special moves later, and I have it full. And now if I get a hit in, I get a hit in, I can confirm it to hype, and then I have hype again. So yeah, that actually might be worth checking out. And I can even do it at the end of combos, like in hype. At the end of combos, just to charge hype again, end the combo with the back two and stop it there. So that's actually very, very valid tech. Just wanted to mention it. So yeah, that was it for ground strings. As for launchers, you just do this. Again, far version, both of them use the far version of the fire breath. Very easy, nothing special. From a back three, you can just do this, but you want to use the mid version this time. Not the far version. Mid version, back two, very easy. And then I can get my combo. In the corner, I can still get pretty much the same. Again, the blade stuff is still here, like, it never runs away, you can just do it all the time. Like, you're just connecting the blade into hype, into nut punch. It always works anywhere on screen from a grounded string. But you can also do this, but you need the close version, you need to delay the Scorpion Cameo call a little bit. So, like this. There. It's not even that hard, like, I dropped it like an idiot, but it's pretty easy. And it leads to pretty damn good damage. Better than the blade's damage, for sure. So I would use this if I were you. It's very easy and it activates after any string. Like, this has the chance of dropping if you forget, it doesn't chain after this. And this is punishable on block. So I would just opt to learn the fire breath stuff. It's very easy, really. So there's no reason to take risks with the blades, with the blade variant. As for launchers, still pretty easy. You just do this and summon Scorpion immediately after start pressing your circle button. Back to, and then I just get my hype combo started. I'm dropping it for no reason here, but it's not very difficult, so don't be afraid of it. But the gravity is affected though, so keep that in mind. You need to be pretty quick now. There, now I didn't drop it. I just want to check, can I get a... I don't think I can get a fully charged back to there. So yeah, never mind, I was just trying to find something here, but doesn't matter. I will keep trying stuff with him there, because it looks like it actually might have some nice hype charging potential. It looks like it could be a thing with this cameo. But regardless, this is it for Scorpion with the Meterless hype shenanigans. He's one of the best ones in the game for doing it. Very easy, very practical, anywhere on screen. So yeah, Scorpion is again amazing for Meterless hype stuff. So yeah, let's move on to the next cameos. There's not many left, I'm pretty sure there are like 4 cameos left or something. Zero, I'm not gonna spend too much time explaining this. It's very straightforward, just like we did earlier with Frost. You just get a hit in, freeze them, standing for, and even throw in a jump in if you want. You have all the time in the world. So it's very easy, same thing mid-screen and corner. Doesn't really change. Getting it in the air is even easier when you're using Sub-Zero, so... Just to do, you can even do just a standing 4 or something, or just like this, I suppose. Yeah, that works. That works. And just cancel this into hype. Very easy. So yeah, this is extremely straightforward. There's no reason to blabber on about this. Very easy, just freeze them and do a standing 4 when you're on the ground. Freeze them and do a hype into nut punch when you're on the air. So yeah, that's it for Sub-Zero. Let's move on to Kung Lao. We have Kung Lao. It's very straightforward. Believe it or not, this guy, on top of the buster bullshit he has with Johnny, he is actually very good for Meterless hype, which is unbelievable. From any ground starter, anything, this would work and this would work too. You can go into spin, standing 4, nut punch. Very easy, very good damage, extremely easy. For some reason he can do it as well. From launchers, just do this. Immediately hype, don't even do a standing 4, just hype right away. Very easy as well. In the corner, shit is pretty much the same, there's no difference really. Now you can just do a standing 4, like after a launcher or something. Nothing really changes, it's still very easy. Maybe I could just do a standing 4 now. No, I still can't. Regardless, it's just race to throw. Just connect the spin in any way and just do a hype. Just do hype. On the ground, you can link in a standing 4. Keep that in mind. Like just standing 4 like this into nut punch. When they're already airborne before the spin, you can't. So now I need to go into hype right away. This actually might switch sides now when I think about it. Like I see it now. So make sure like backdash maybe or something. Actually, do you even need to? I don't think you really need. I'm pretty sure you just side switches and you can just input, especially in the opposite direction. What the fuck?
Get it.
Wait a second. It randomly side switches, so just keep that in mind, I suppose. Like, you need to adjust yourself, maybe. Yeah, now I needed to input it again in the opposite direction. Yeah, this is just stupid. So yeah, this will still work with avalanches. Regardless, you can just do it. Pretty sure you can just backdash to avoid this nonsense happening. Like, just doing a backdash here. Now it will still happen. So yeah, keep that in mind, it might happen, this bullshit that it switches sides. So maybe just try and lab it to see if it will happen randomly sometimes. Regardless, this is it for Kung Lao. Very easy to do. Kung Lao is busted, we all know it by now. Let's move on to the next two cameos. Alright guys, final cameo, we have Goro. I'm skipping Shujinko and Motaro simply because Shujinko changes his moveset based on the opponent, so there could be like 20 different routes you need to know to actually get hype meterlessly. If you want to see me just do them all in one combo video, I suppose, with showing the way to do it with Shujinko against every character, let me know in the comments. I might just get it done when I have the time. And Motaro, I'm skipping past them because Motaro doesn't really have a way to do it meterlessly. You can after EX Nut Punch just do that like this. Yeah, that's a possibility, but that's not meterless. If you want it meterlessly, you need to just have this setup, like the triple laser. Then it's possible, but come on, that's not realistic. So I'm just gonna be skipping past Motaro. There's not really a way to set it up meterlessly. So let's just move on to Goro and wrap this video up with him. The final cameo in Mortal Kombat 1 for now until Tremor releases. Guys, we've gotten to the final cameo, for now at least, finally. Tremor is not yet out, so he's not in this video. Once he drops, I'll post the tech in a separate video, just how to get it meterlessly. But regardless, Goro is the final cameo. Let's get him done and then I'll just wrap this video up. Goro, for any grounded string, you can just use Rising Star and the punch to just chain in height. So, like this. You wanna delay the Goro call a little bit, just so they don't drop too early and you can actually change the height, but it's not that hard to do. Next up, we've got this. You wanna use the down version of Goro's punch. The moment Johnny's kick hits them, like from the forward 4, you wanna use the down version. Like the mid-range version. Just like Scorpion is a mid-range fire breath. So that's how we do it from a launcher. Pretty straightforward, and finally we have corner. From the corner, it's very easy. In the launchers, you don't even need to do it like this anymore. Just do it normally. Like, it's very easy to do. I can maybe even do twice, two of these. Yeah, I can. Yeah, that's actually gonna lead to some pretty nice damage. So yeah, I can do two of these from the launchers. Like, let's say this string too. And I can get two standing falls and just cancel the second one into height, and then get a nut punch. And from the back string, we all know it's the same, and from the launcher, from a grounded string, it is the same as it was mid-screen, but even easier, because mid-screen you need to like do a little dash forward, a tiny dash forward. I don't know if I mentioned that, sorry if I didn't. You just need to do a little dash forward, like maybe just a slight walk forward for some of the grounded strings. So the combo will actually, the nut punch will not whiff, but in the corner it's not an issue because you're in the corner and they have nowhere to move. So yeah, it's very straightforward, not hard at all. So yeah guys, this is it for Goro. Not much else to talk about this guy. So yeah guys, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was informative to you, and I hope it will help you with your Johnny Cage. I know there are a shit ton of people maining this guy because he's the best character in the game by far, and he's a shit ton of fun to play, to be honest. As much as he's busted, he's actually a lot of fun, so he's better designed than Reiko, who's low tier. So understand the fucking game. But regardless, yeah, I hope this video helps you if you want to pick Johnny with like unconventional cameos, somebody who's not Kung Lao. Even if you are playing Kung Lao, just know he's even more busted than you expected, as I showed you earlier. So yeah, this is actually pretty valuable tech, just getting it meterlessly, activating hype when you have it meterlessly, not spending your bar there, saving it for later, for armor, for breakers, for whatever. So yeah guys, I truly hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider liking the video and subscribing if you haven't been subscribed to the channel yet. It really helps. The channel has been using a plateau recently, so I'm just starting to ask you this at the end of every video. I want to get this channel growing again, and we hit a small plateau, unfortunately. So yeah, I appreciate any help to help me break through this plateau. But regardless, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'll see you in the next one.